Hello and welcome to the new episode of the security training for beginners. Siavash is here, and in today's tutorial we are going to learn how to install the latest version of the Kali Linux on a VMware environment. As you know, Kali Linux is a de facto operating system for pen testers all around the world. But first, let's take a look in the Google and see what we can find about the Kali Linux. On the first page result, we have a Wikipedia information and we have an official Kali Linux website. Let's go inside. So the most advanced penetration testing distribution. Kali Linux is a Debian-based Linux distribution geared towards various information security tasks such as penetration testing, security research, computer forensic, and reverse engineering. That's nice. So let's click on download. And here we can see the latest version of the Kali Linux 2021.1 release. And we have different images of installer, live, net installer, as well as even we have for Apple M1. For VMware download, we can go here down, but let's go and start with the installer Kali Linux 64-bit. Its size around 4 gig, and just click on the Kali Linux, and the ISO file is started downloading, and it should take a couple minutes to download the Kali Linux. So I pause the video, and after download, we continue together. Alright, the Kali Linux ISO file is downloaded successfully. I've got it here. Just move it to one of my subdirectory, which I'm usually using it. And now it's time to bring up our VMware ESXi. Just for my home lab, I'm using one of the Intel NUC 10th generation. That's a quite good device for a home lab. It's very low consumptions, and also it's very powerful. I may create some video regarding on that, but let's go to virtual machine and let's create and register a new VM, and of course a new VM, and just let's call it Kali-01. Is compatible with EXSI version 7, and operating system family is Linux. Guest OS version. We don't have a Kali directly here yet in VMware environment, but just choose the other Linux 64-bit and just click next. I got two data sets. One of them is SSD and the other one is just magnetic hard disk. Just go with my slower one just for a lab purposes. And let's add some CPU. Maybe 4 CPU core is good. At 8 gig, and maybe we can have around 30 gig. It's more than enough. And for a network adapter, I've got 2 segments. VM network got the internet, and from the CD DVD drive, select the data store ISO file, and now we have to upload our ISO file here, which we download. Usually I keep my VM ISO here. Select that folder, upload, and just select your file. So it's going to upload. I'll pause the video and come back after the upload's finish. Alright, the upload is done. So we have the Kali here and choose that ISO. Just select next, review the name, data set, 8 gig RAM, and everything looks good. Finish, and now we can go to our VM and launch our VM. Let me open it up, the console in a separate windows, much more easier to work with. And perfect. We go with the graphic installation. It's about our language and location and keyboard type. So select based on your location and country and your keyboard type. this stage, Kali Linux detects our network setting, and since this VM is located in internet available segment in my home lab, it should be able to get the automatic IP from my router DHCP. Okay, that's a host name for a machine. Let's call it Kelly01. Don't have any domain name for this lab. And full name of the user, just call it Sia, and that's become our username. And let's set a strong password. Perfect. So checking the NTP, and since I'm in a Pacific region, choose my clock zone on a Pacific region. At this stage, we're going to take the partitions, and we just go with the guided, use the entire disk. We take our disk, and since this VM is new, we not worry about deleting any file. Confirm the defaults and the partition. So after partition, the installation of the base system and other component will be started. So after base installation finish, we can see the software selection page, and Kali Linux default desktop environment is XFCE, and we have option to either install GNOME or KDE as well, and we're just good with the default software. Continue, and the software installation is a start. This stage may take slightly time, so I can pause the video and come back after the installation finish. All right, the cleaning up, the installation should be good to reboot the machine after installing the grub bootloader. So since there's only OS on this computer, no need to do anything. Yes, and we choose the hard disk to get the bootloader for grub, updating the grub information, and installation complete. We can just click on continue. So not in file system, rebooting to the new system, and here we go. That's our Kali Linux is ready. Beautiful. So let's log in with our username and password we created. And that's nice. Our Kali is up and running. Everything is here, and we start to review this Kali Linux together in our future video. I hope this video is informative for you. Please leave your message, feedbacks, and comments. Watch, learn, subscribe, and share, and see you soon.